Alright, so I watched The Fall Guy, and this is a new action movie starring Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt, coming from director David Leitch. And this is basically a love letter to all Hollywood stuntman, and even all the action and that is packed in this movie. And I gotta say, this was an action-packed blast, and I had a really fun time with it. And there's a lot to talk about as well. And so this will be my full official non-spoiler review for the movie. Go over my thoughts, my impressions, and what I thought. Like what I was amazed to see on screen, especially with Gosling doing his own stunts and all the action-packed stuff that goes down, and so much more to talk about. And so if you're new here, then be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to get notified of future vids and for more stuff like this. But now let's talk about The Fall Guy. And now, going into this movie, and especially with everything that went into it, it was pretty amazing. In fact, it was incredible. And even with the marketing, with the Ryan Gosling doing his own stunts and to bring that to the screen, it was so good. And even with the premise of this movie, is with Gosling's character, who is called Schmears, that has to track down a missing movie star while still trying to do his day job, which is being a stuntman in a Hollywood movie. And even with Emily Blunt, that plays a movie director, and also the star of the movie as well. And also, I want to touch upon the chemistry between Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt, and even with their really romantic stuff and that happens on screen, it is pretty really great. And like this is when like I'll fall in love. Plus this is with Gosling's character, who is in love with the director, and even with everything that happens in this film, especially from start to finish, it's actually pretty amazing. Just see a Gosling playing a stuntman. And now, with my overall experience, but by watching this, as I saw this in IMAX, it really truly feels like a Hollywood movie. And even with the plot, the story, the humor, and even with every character in this movie, it definitely kept the story going. And even with Ryan Gosling, especially coming off after Barbie, he really delivers on that humor as that we saw him do as Ken, but he really does that while still trying to deliver all those action-packed stunts on screen. That's what this movie truly delivers as something that you cannot get like anywhere else. But even like with like every character, and even with Winston Duke, who stars like also alongside Ryan Gosling, I think like he did like a fantastic job. Even with the addition of Aaron Taylor Johnson, who was like the actor's name Tom Ryder in this movie, and this is with Gosling's character, who's doing the stuntman for this character. And I feel like with Aaron Taylor Johnson, I feel like he did really good. Plus, I mean, I love him as an actor, and I like that he was adapted in this movie. And like even like, but like without the entire movie, you really get to feel what it feels like to be in a movie. It's a thrill ride, and like you get to see all those action-packed stunts, and like all those like scenes that goes into making a big movie. And even with Emily Blunt in the director chair, I feel like her character delivered just that. And even with the rom-com elements that are in this movie with Gosling and Blunt, it really delivers on that feel. And like, and I just really like everything about it. And plus, even though some people might get confused in like the middle of the movie, but that's just to get you excited for it. It builds up, and there are some twists that go along with it as well. And also for the fact that this is coming from David Leitch, that I did Bullet Train and also Deadpool, and even with him directing this big old action movie and delivering on the humor and coming from everyone in this movie. And I can't tell like how many times I could not stop laughing while watching this movie. I mean, every joke delivered, it wasn't like forced, but it was definitely at like perfect timing. It definitely keeps the story going. I mean, like even with his directorial style, like his movies deliver on the comedy and the humor aspect. But even with The Fall Guy, and like that's what this movie pretty much is. Because I pretty much think back to Tropic Thunder. That was like a Ben Stiller directed movie, like, and that felt exactly like The Fall Guy as well, while still trying to deliver all the action. And like even for what Ryan Gosling does throughout the whole movie is like basically doing like his work as a stuntman, and while still trying to deliver on all the things that this movie pretty much delivers. And like even from start to finish, and even for how the movie opens, gets into Ryan Gosling's character called Severus is like a stuntman, especially as like this guy was in a career-ending incident, and like why they explain that they do that. But even for how the story progresses, and even towards the third act, towards the end of the movie, like there are some twists that they'll definitely not expect, but they definitely keep it action packed. And like even towards the end of the movie, it really has that Hollywood movie feel. It definitely delivers on like all the action. It definitely delivers on all that you'll definitely not expect. And plus, I mean, it'll have your audience clapping and just cheering for Ryan Gosling for what he can do as like a stuntman. I mean, this guy can basically like do anything. And plus, I mean, he was in Blade Runner, Barbie, and pretty much everything. And this guy is like the total action man. And like plus, they do like do a little bit of a surprise towards the end of the movie, but I will not spoil what it is. But there's something that I like as there. But it's really funny towards the end, towards when the credits roll. But again, you'll have an extremely fun time, and you'll not stop laughing. And even with Ryan Gosling and the stunt work that he delivers when he's not on a movie set, while also trying to find the star of the movie that is missing, and like even also being tangled up in this dark plot that is a part of, and like it still feels action packed, and I feel like you get to really experience that. You get to really feel that what Gosling can do as an actor, and even with Emily Blunt in this movie. And I want to touch upon this for like just a sec, and like even with her chemistry with Ryan Gosling and with the way that their chemistry is formed, it is definitely really good. And like I liked how like it was all forced, but it was completely natural, as this delivered all the rom-com elements while also try to be an action-packed movie. And there are some moments like where you'll definitely feel attached to these people, especially with Ryan Gosling's character, Cold as trying to like win back the love of his life, and like that's what this movie pretty much does, while also trying to stick to the true story. And I don't know, it feels like all over the place, but you'll definitely get feel that. And plus, even with the action sequences that go down in this film, and I mean, holy man, I can go on forever, but every scene that's packed in this movie, and for what they do it and the marketing, it is extremely action packed, from the stunt work and like all up to the dangerous stuff that goes down. I mean, bravo to everyone that worked on this film, because I mean, this delivered so much action packed stuff. And also, one more thing I want to say, that this is unlike any action movie you've ever seen, and from start to finish, it really feels like that. And even with the plot, the humor, and the story, it really works out well, while trying to like stick to the true action-packed scenes that I really deliver on this movie. Plus, you really fall in love with Ryan Gosling in this movie, and you'll have a fun time watching when it comes out. And again, it is truly action-packed. I just really enjoy it for what it delivered. And I think everyone did a great job, and it's like a definite good time at the movies. And so, for my final thoughts to sum it all up, is I really enjoyed The Fall Guy. I really enjoyed what Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt delivered in this movie, especially David Leitch. I think he did a good job, while also trying to balance the plot and the humor, and even with the action-packed stunts that goes down. I mean, again, it's unlike any action movie you've ever seen, and like even towards the end, you'll feel yourself having a fun time, and it's like an absolute thrill ride of what goes into making a Hollywood movie, while also trying to maintain its stunts, and there's also twists that you'll not expect. And plus, it's a definite recommend from me. Plus, this is the start of summer movie season. It comes out this weekend, so make plans and go and see it, and you'll thank me later as well. And so that is going to be it for this video. Just let me know in the comments below if you're going to watch The Fall Guy this weekend, or if you have seen it, give me a rating to 1 out of 10, 10 being the highest. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe, and turn on notifications about future videos. Also follow all my social medias, which are linked down below. And with that, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.